Hello guys, how are we doing? Welcome to the West Ham World YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you for all the lovely comments for the podcast, the reviews recently, and all the followers on TikTok. Big thank you. Anyway guys, today, daily news and headlines. The big one is Edson Alvarez, a player that we're missing massively. Huge gaps in the midfield whenever he doesn't play. And we see that with Rodriguez and Souček in the midfield. Rodriguez will take a few weeks to get up to the speed of the Premier League. And also he looks a bit slow. He doesn't look as physical as someone like Alverez. And we know, listen, Souček is an absolute passenger at times. He'll get his head about, he'll put his body about, but he's an absolute passenger. Edson Alvarez is very underestimated in terms of his ability on the ball and what he does in terms of breaking the lines, and he can fill in at centre back when needed. He's going to be a massive loss, and apparently it's going to go on at least now until after the international break, which is around about the 7th, 8th of September. So at least about another 4 weeks without Edson, and then obviously it will take him a bit of time to get up to speed as well. He's so crucial to what we do. So we need, we need him back. We do. And there's no, it's understandable why they were looking at Akante and Wesley Fofana. Was it Wesley Yusuf Fofana? The one that's just joined AC Milan, I believe now. We're desperate for some physicality in that midfield, a real engine of a player. We've got the pretty players, Paquetá, Kudus, etc. And then we've got, the passers of the ball, the ward passes. It looks like Rodriguez is going to be the passer of the ball. We're desperate for, the Alverez muscle and, nastiness that he gets. I love him as a player. And hopefully he comes back as soon as possible. In the other news is the striker situation. If West Ham, if Steiden, Lopetegui, Sullivan, whoever it is not looking now and thinking West Ham cannot go forward with the rest of this season with just Antonio and Fulkrug. I know there's Ings and I know there's Bowen that's an option up front as well, but there needs to be one that comes in and is a starting striker, so Jared Bowen can, take his position where it needs to be. Kudus can take his position where he needs to be. If we don't end up with John Duran, which I don't think we will, it's going to look so bad. So bad. That's a massive error from West Ham. If we could have got him for 37 million earlier on in the window, could still get him for 40 million. It will look like a massive error if our season is not, what they put out as their targets, before the start of the season. Tammy Abraham's name keeps coming up. He's big, he's physical. Again, a bit of an attitude. He's quite mobile, Tammy. I don't fully know how it's worked out at Roma. I think, he's had a couple of finals when Jose was there. I think he's just fallen slightly out of favour. He always comes across as a bit arrogant to me. A colleague I work with is a Chelsea scout, and he's known him a long time. He knew Tammy when he was sort of like 16, 17. Tammy, when he was 18 years old, he was on £50,000 a week at 18. And I think he'd only made like one appearance for Chelsea. So he's always been in that made it category, £50,000 a week at 18 years old. It's a hard one. Because, if it's not Duran, you can fall into that bracket of anyone. We've had it before, like anyone but Antonio, anyone but Moyes. We need someone. There's players out there. There's the Atletico Madrid guy. There's Jonathan David still floating around. If you really wanted to push the boat out, Ivan Toney's still there. If there's 40 million or so sitting around, with sales as well, or a loan to buy option, there's somebody out there. We need it. We need a physical, dynamic, hungry striker, not Mr. Trampoline Feet Antonio, who's done. He's done for me. I know I might get pelters. There's a lot of loyal Antonio fans that, you don't dare slag him off. Don't dare slate his name. But he's done. He's completely done for me. I can't deal with him being at West Ham starting striker for another season. I thought that was done 2 years ago, and then we had another 2 years of him. We're going to get another year of him being the starting striker Fulkrug, listen, we can't go into him yet. We haven't seen him properly. He needs support around him. He needs Somerville, Kudus, Bowen, etc., giving him the crosses. And I think it could work. We see how dynamic Somerville was when he come on. He was trying to cross the ball early. He's just got to be given a bit of time. Fulkrug, it's too early to go into it. But we need someone. We desperately need someone. Centre-back situation as well. Some news there as well. Is that one of them probably will go. Zuma's still there at the end of the day. He's not gone yet. Zuma is still there. We're still linked heavily with Trevor Chalobah. Obviously, Carlos Soler, the midfielder as well, still heavily linked. I expect us to get some more players in. I do expect a couple more to come in. But we will need to see some outs probably now before any come in. Anyway, guys, that's it from me today. Nice, short, sweet video for you. If you hear anything and, you want my opinion on it and any ideas on videos, just drop it in the comments, guys. Drop it on our TikTok page. Until next time, guys, hit that like button before you leave if you've made it this far. Come on, you irons.